I mean, if you and I were writing a book today, when we wrote AWOL, the disconnect of the military to the civilian population was sort of one of ignorance and not caring, but not caring, just more out of sight, out of mind. We don't know anybody in the military. Today, I wonder if we would have to do a chapter on the ideological disconnect that take the Marine Corps. This is a group of American citizens who are trying to all work together for the common good when everybody else has decided we live in two countries and we're getting editorials in the papers of record, wondering whether we're going to have a civil war or not. How do you be a motivated military in the light of a country in which civilians are talking about fighting each other for real, and elections are being reputedly stolen, or people are claiming that our democracy is waning? At a certain point, I wonder how that changes the relationship with not just the men and women in the military, but say Blue Star families, in your support of military families. They're trying to be something that no one else in the country still is actually trying to be, which is present a united front as Americans.
Right. I mean, if we were writing that book today, we might say the best way you could support the military is by being a better neighbor in your own community to the people across town from you.
Yeah, who you don't agree with on other issues. Find some common ground.
Yeah, the best way to support the military is to be a better American with neighbors who don't look like you and don't think like you.
Yeah, so
I think there's a lot to that, Frank.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, you know what, Kathy? If you're bored next year.
Let's call up Jen.
Are you up for another national tour?
Exactly.
I think we might.
In many ways, it really was what our second book was about too. How free people move mountains. We have to care about each other more than we care about our self-expression.
Yeah, I think so too. And in a way, that book was a little ahead of its time, because in a way, that book is more apropos now than when we wrote it.
Really true. I mean, maybe we could revise it, give it a different title, and resell it.
We could revisit that.
Yeah, I think so. But to me, it's a through line with this book. Mm-hmm. It is not a love, from fall in love, have children, stay put, save the planet, be happy. It's really the same topic.
Now, have you read the book? Are you reading it?
Yes. No, I've finished it.
Because I got a note from you saying you liked it, but I just, let's do a little more of this.
Let's do it. When I wrote you the book, I was about a third of the way through.
Yeah.
And now I have finished it. And no, I love the book. I love the prescriptions. I think that I think it's very important. I read some of it to my 19-year-old who really liked it. One of the things that he really liked was the idea that we should teach in high schools and colleges about how to make relationships strong, rather than treat them as something that is interfering with the things that you should be doing.
The quote, important stuff.
The important stuff, yeah.
And as you get older and closer to my age, suddenly you realize was never the important stuff anyway. You were deluded because, we all have to have jobs and careers, but you get to my point, and I'm doing childcare for my grandchildren, and I try to think about things that were important to me in the past. I mean, if two lines were forming, I always know which one I would be in.